Hello, ladies and gentlemen. It is Monty Puck with Puckin' Around, and today we are talking about the November 9th, 2025 game between the Carolina Hurricanes and the Toronto Maple Leafs. Dennis Hildebeast got the start for tonight's game after relieving Stolarz in the game yesterday, and the Leafs were without Scott Laughton, who suffered an injury on the hit from Nikita Zadorov, and Brandon Bussi got the start for the Hurricanes. With 15 minutes to go in the first, Matthew Knies sets up a William Nylander breakaway, and he goes backhand on Brandon Bussi to score the opener and give the Leafs a 1-0 lead. After a Jake McCabe holding penalty, the Canes go to the power play with just under 11.5. Aho wins the draw in the Leaf zone and then sets up at the right circle, and Nikolai Ehlers feeds a pass across the ice. Aho one-times it by Hildebeast to tie the game 1-1. With about 9.5, Jackson Blake gets a pass out front and fires a shot as he falls to the ice that Hildebeast stops and covers for a whistle. The Canes then rush in on a 4-on-2 with 5.5 left, and Andrei Svechnikov sauces the puck to Seth Jarvis down the middle, and he rips a nasty wrist shot past Hildebeast glove side to make it 2-1 Canes. At this point, Oliver Ekman-Larsson headed to the dressing room and did not return for the first period, but he did come back in the second. With around 4.5 to go, in his 1200th game, John Tavares rushes in past two defenders and takes a shot that Bussi stops. Bobby McMann gets the rebound and shoots a backhand that Bussi saves as well, and then Nick Robertson settles down the rebound, has the net to shoot at, but slides it to Tavares' backdoor, and he taps it home to make it 2-2. Leafs get a late power play, and with 58 seconds to go, John Tavares receives the puck in the slot, and instead of shooting it, he feeds it to Nylander on the left side, and he hits a one-time slap shot on one knee that flies past Bussi, and it's 3-2 Leafs. Nylander with his second. As the period expires, there was a pretty scary incident as Charles Alexis Legault hit Nick Robertson hard from behind, and as Robertson fell to the ice, he appeared to get struck in the face with the puck. Bobby McMann then comes to Robertson's defense. I think that he just saw Robertson down and thought that Legault had injured him with the hit rather than the puck hitting him. And so he drops the gloves and comes to his defense, which is now the second straight game, back-to-back days he did this. So good for McMahon. He drops the mitts with Legault, and they start swinging at each other, but they're kind of up against the benches, and so they fall into the boards at the Carolina bench and onto Robertson's lower body, and Legault appeared to cut his hand really badly on Robertson's skate. The fight then immediately stopped, and Legault panicked, obviously, went to the room very quickly with a trainer wrapping his hand with a cloth. A lot of blood. His hand looked to be in pretty rough shape. Hopefully he will be all right. To start the second, it was announced that despite dropping the gloves after the buzzer for the first period had ended, Bobby McMann and Legault were only assessed matching roughing minors, so it will be 4-on-4 to start the period. Commentators stated that Legault's injury was very, very serious. Replays showed a ton of blood. The cut was very deep. Caused worries in the room with doctors and trainers apparently panicking and being caught off guard, obviously. I hope that Legault is all right and that he makes a full recovery, because it was definitely a devastating injury, so I hope he won't be out for long and that it has no long-lasting or permanent effect to his well-being. But we will unfortunately have to wait and see. But hopefully he's okay. In some good news, Oliver Ekman-Larsson came out to start the second after leaving in the first. Past the halfway point of the second, the Leafs still didn't have a shot in the second. Carolina had a few, but nothing too crazy. And then with just under 9 minutes left in the second, the Leafs finally get their first shot of the period. A nice battle in the corner by Nylander and Matthews, and they knock the puck loose from McCain's defender. It bounces out to Knies, who slides it to McCabe at the point. He walks in a bit, and he sees Austin Matthews coming from behind the net, so he snaps the puck to the side of the net, and Matthews grabs it and pushes it into the open net past Bussi to make it 4-2 Leafs. Then with just over 3 minutes left in the period, Sean Walker flips one from the point that just beats Hildebeast. He whiffs on trying to get to it. 4-3 game, heading into the third period. Then with 16 minutes and 14 seconds to go in the third, Philippe Myers turns the puck over in the Leaf zone, but Nylander manages to get it back, and he tries to find Knies. It bounces over Knies' stick, and the Canes defender dumps it back into behind the Leafs net. Logan Stankoven goes in deep and gets the puck. He throws it out front to Jackson Blake, who snaps it on net, and Dennis Hildebeast makes a nice save, but the rebound bounces between William Nylander's legs, and Taylor Hall reached his stick between and knocked the puck into the open net to tie the game 4-4. A few minutes later, while on the power play, William Nylander gets an amazing shot and walks in and takes a backhand that goes through the crease and out the other side. You can't make it up. With 11 minutes to go, as Nylander's hooking penalty is expiring, Andrei Svechnikov finds Sebastian Aho in the slot, and he rips one on net that Hildebeast managed to stop without his stick because it had been knocked behind the net. Then, with just under 8 to go, the Hurricanes rush in, led by Nikolai Ehlers. He finds Keandre Miller through traffic, and Miller passes over to Logan Stankoven, who rips it home to give the Canes the lead, 5-4. Then, in the dying seconds of the game, the goalie pulled for the Leafs. The puck goes out front to Nyes, with Bussy out of position, but it hits his skate and he fumbles forward a bit. So by the time Nyes gets his stick on it and goes to shoot, he's pretty much out of space, and he ends up shooting it through the crease and wide. Hurricanes clear the zone. Seth Jarvis almost gets an empty net goal, but the clock expires before he can shoot, and the game ends 5-4 Hurricanes. This is a very interesting game. I can't say that it was a good game for Toronto. There were obviously good moments, like Nylander scoring 2 goals and everything. There were a lot of players that maybe had okay games, but overall, as an effort, it was not the best game. The only person I don't really blame is Hildebeast, because I know he let in 5 goals. It was 5-4, obviously. But he had 40 saves. They gave up 45 shots, and I believe they only had 20-something shots. So I don't know what exactly the plan is for winning games if you're going to surrender 40 to 50 shots a game. No goalie is going to be able to constantly bail you out, especially in a game like this where we didn't have Stolarz and we didn't have Wall. We had a kid, Hildebeast, and he held his own. It just wasn't enough. And the Leafs are definitely going to need to put more effort forward if they want to start winning games. With that being said, thank you guys for listening. Please leave a like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll catch you all in the next one. Peace out.